Your city is lying to you. Every summer it gets hotter and hotter, and you probably think it's climate change. You're not wrong, but you're not entirely right either. There's a reason why stepping onto asphalt in August feels like stepping into an oven, and the reason is darker than you think. Literally, cities are hotter than the countryside, not by a little, by up to 10 degrees Celsius. This isn't a metaphor, this is physics, and it's called the urban heat island effect. Today we can see it from space. Satellite images show the stark temperature contrast. Areas with vegetation, cooler. Areas with asphalt, concrete, and rooftops, much hotter. A British chemist named Luke Howard first noticed this in the 1800s. He measured temperatures in London and the surrounding countryside. The city was consistently warmer. He identified the causes. And he was right. But here's what most people miss. The urban heat island isn't just climate change. It's a design flaw, a man-made problem, and man can undo it. Asphalt is black. It absorbs about 90% of the sunlight that hits it. It doesn't reflect it. It doesn't radiate it away immediately. It stores it, like a battery. During the day, the asphalt soaks up solar radiation. By afternoon, it can reach temperatures of 60 degrees Celsius to 70 degrees Celsius. Then, at night, it slowly releases that heat back into the air. But the problem isn't just the asphalt, it's the geometry. Dense urban structures with narrow streets create urban canyons. Heat gets trapped, air circulation is blocked. The city becomes an oven. The result? A dome of heat forms over the city. Temperatures can rise 5 degrees, 7 degrees, even 10 degrees higher than the surrounding rural areas. A forest cools itself. Trees absorb less solar radiation. They evaporate water, which cools the air. A city does the opposite. It absorbs heat. It stores heat. It radiates heat. The numbers are staggering. Pavements cover 29% to 39% of urban areas in the United States. Globally, more than half of our cities are man-made surfaces, all of them absorbing heat. 55%, that's not a small number. That's the majority of our urban surfaces, rooftops, pavements, parking lots, all of them absorbing heat, all of them making our cities hotter. Hashem Akbari, a leading scientist on urban heat, put it simply, heat island is a man-made effect, and man can undo it. So what's the fix? It starts with a simple question. Why do surfaces have to be black? Researchers at the University of Athens developed 5 colored thin-layer asphalt samples: green, red, yellow, beige, off-white, and they compared them to conventional black asphalt. The results were dramatic. All the colored samples had higher solar reflectance values. All of them demonstrated lower surface temperatures compared to conventional black asphalt. The off-white sample was the champion. Its maximum temperature difference compared to conventional asphalt? 12 degrees Celsius cooler. A white surface reflects up to 80% of sunlight. A black surface reflects only about 20%. The difference is massive. Basic physics, simple, and it works. One study simulated increasing pavement albedo from 0.12 to 0.50. The result? Surface temperatures dropped by up to 12.94 at peak solar hours. Air temperature dropped by up to 1.96 during the day. But it's not just roofs, it's pavements, it's parking lots, it's entire cities. We can coat them in reflective materials. We can make them cooler. We can make our cities livable. Singapore is leading the way. Their Housing Development Board is piloting cool paint on approximately 130 HDB blocks. The coatings contain additives that reflect solar radiation, reducing heat absorption. Nippon Paint's Cool Tech Cool Coatings can achieve a collective reduction of overall outdoor air temperature by up to 2.4 degrees Celsius. That's not a small improvement. That's a life-saving difference. Researchers have identified 3 main approaches to cool pavements: reflective pavements that bounce sunlight back, evaporative pavements that use water to cool, and thermally modified pavements that change how heat moves through the material. The solutions exist. The physics is clear. The question is, why aren't we doing it everywhere? Now we get to the mind-blowing part. What if we could use that heat? What if instead of wasting it, we could capture it and turn it into electricity? The Seebeck effect is a fundamental principle of physics. When there's a temperature difference between two materials, electricity flows. The hot asphalt on top, the cool ground below. The differential can generate voltage. Researchers in Malaysia tested a thermoelectric energy harvesting system. They heated the hot source from 30 degrees C to 60 degrees C. The cold side was maintained at 24 degrees C. The result? The output voltage increased linearly with the temperature difference. 118.2 millivolts, 1.06 milliwatts of power. But lab experiments are one thing, real roads are another. Researchers have developed a novel road thermoelectric generator system. It transforms the thermal energy of asphalt pavement into electricity. The system uses a steel plate embedded in the asphalt pavement. It rapidly conducts heat from the surface to a thermoelectric generator. A cold side module maintains the temperature difference. A system covering an area of 900 cm02, it generated a maximum voltage of 6.207 volts, a maximum power of 700.49 milliwatts. The power density, 5.1136 milliwatts per cubic centimeter. That's 70% higher than the next best existing system. And here's the engineering miracle. The system doesn't just generate electricity, it has excellent road performance, dynamic stability of 10,000 cycles per millimeter, fatigue life of 246,000 cycles. Other researchers use a 40 mm by 300 mm L-shaped copper plate embedded in the asphalt. The plate is insulated with a polystyrene box to minimize heat loss. The heat is conducted to a thermoelectric generator. The cold side, a heat sink filled with phase change material. It maintains the cold side at 18 degrees C. Aerogel insulation prevents heat exchange with the outside. The temperature difference, about 3 to 4 degrees Celsius between the asphalt surface and the embedded copper plate. Enough, just enough, to generate electricity. But why stop at heat? Researchers are now combining thermoelectric harvesters with piezoelectric harvesters, heat from the sun, mechanical vibration from traffic, two sources of energy, one prototype. Imagine streetlights powered by the heat of the asphalt they're standing on. Imagine entire neighborhoods generating electricity from their own heat. It's not science fiction, it's physics. We've been thinking about this wrong. Asphalt isn't just a problem, it's an opportunity, a massive untapped energy source. Think about the scale. Pavements cover 29% to 39% of our cities. All of them heat up. All of them have a temperature differential. That's an enormous amount of potential energy. One day, we might see entire urban grids powered by the heat of their own pavement. Our cities could become self-sufficient energy generators. The problem becomes the solution. The urban heat island isn't just a problem to be solved. It's an opportunity to be seized. Heat is energy, and energy is valuable. We've been building cities that create heat. Now we can build cities that use that heat. It's a paradigm shift. Researchers are already testing these systems on real roads. The technology works. The engineering is sound. The physics is proven. What if instead of fighting the heat, we harnessed it? What if our cities became power plants? The answer to urban heat might not be cooling. It might be capturing. Let's zoom out. The urban heat island isn't just a local problem. It's a global one. Every major city on Earth is affected. In Jakarta, the urban heat island spread from the city center to surrounding areas between 2008 and 2018. Temperatures increased by up to 34 degrees in some areas. Across 93 European cities, the urban heat island is linked to an estimated 6,700 premature deaths annually. That's 4.33% of summer mortalities. Cities in East Asia are on average 1.6 degrees warmer than nearby rural zones. Some regions in Southeast Asia report temperature spikes of up to 2.0 degrees. In China, the share of cities experiencing extreme heat rose from 77.8% to 94.2% within 2 decades. A global study analyzed 1,600 cities worldwide, each with over 300,000 inhabitants. The result? Even under the most optimistic climate scenario, the average urban temperature will increase by 2.23 degrees. That's 24% higher than global warming alone would cause. Even under the best-case scenario, the one where we stop emissions, the one where we save the planet, urban temperatures still rise 24% more than global warming alone. That 0.43 day difference, that's the urban heat island. That's our own design flaw. That's the price we pay for building cities of asphalt and concrete. Heatwave-related deaths surged to approximately 489,000 annually during 2019, and as temperatures rise, this figure is set to increase by an additional 50% by 2050. Some 2.41 billion workers, 70% of the world's working population, all exposed to excessive heat. Productivity declines, economies suffer, lives are lost. Economically, the urban heat island combined with global warming is projected to cause a 1.4% to 1.7% decline in gross domestic product through productivity losses, through increased cooling demands. 8 billion people, 50% of them live in cities, and cities occupy only 3% of the Earth's land surface. We are concentrating our population into these tiny, overheated areas, and we're making them hotter. This isn't inevitable. This isn't unstoppable. This is a design flaw, and design flaws can be fixed. If we do nothing, the cost will be enormous. Healthcare costs, energy costs, crop failures, lower productivity, death. The price of inaction is far higher than the cost of change. Cool surfaces, more trees, smarter urban design. The solution is simple. The solution is known. The question is whether we have the will to implement it. One city is showing us the future. Singapore, a city-state with limited land and a growing population. They're designing for heat resilience. They're developing a digital urban climate twin, a digital replica of the entire city. It simulates the impact of various heat management strategies. It tests policies before they're implemented. Researchers are using SMARTY, Singapore's first high-resolution mobile meteorological setup, to measure wind speed, wind direction, air temperature, relative humidity, and solar radiation, all the elements that affect thermal comfort. The data shows something obvious and profound. Shade, be it tree shade or building shade, plays an essential role in keeping people cool. The coolest places are shaded areas. The hottest places are non-shaded areas. Simple, obvious, powerful. In Bishan Angmo Keo Park, researchers found the same pattern. The coolest places are shaded areas with relatively high density of trees. The hottest places are non-shaded areas with no trees. Singapore's Housing Development Board and A-Star have developed the Integrated Environmental Modeler. It simulates the interaction of urban microclimatic conditions. It enables planners to compare different heat mitigation strategies. In Tampine's town center, they're retrofitting the first distributed district cooling network, reduced individual cooling systems, enhanced energy savings, reduced carbon emissions, space optimization. Researchers are even creating mycelium-based tiles inspired by elephant skin. The tiles are highly porous, with foam-like structures full of air pockets. Air is a poor thermal conductor. Heat transfer is significantly reduced. Cooling effects improved by 25%. Paint companies have developed cool coatings. Nippon Paint's Cool Tech can reduce outdoor air temperature by up to 2.4 degrees Celsius. Small change, big impact. The Housing Development Board is piloting cool paint on approximately 130 HDB blocks in Tampines, a large-scale demonstration of what's possible. The future is being built, right now, in Singapore, in Phoenix, in Toronto, in Miami. Cities are adapting. They have to. Different climates need different solutions. In Phoenix, shade is critical. In Toronto, a combination of street trees and solar panels works best. In Miami, humidity changes the equation. Street trees are 4 times more effective at reducing heat stress than any other strategy. They shade pedestrians. They cool the air through evapotranspiration. They are nature's air conditioners. Rooftop solar panels with energy storage can generate enough power for air conditioning. They have marginal effects on heat stress, but they solve the energy problem. Where air quality is less of a concern, the combination of street trees and rooftop solar panels is optimal. Complementarity, resilience, a path forward. No single strategy works in every city, but the physics is universal. Reflect more sunlight, plant more trees, design smarter buildings. Cool the city. The city of the future is being designed today, and it looks very different from the city of the past. It's a city where people can walk without being cooked, a city where the air isn't trapped, a city where nature and infrastructure work together. Our children will inherit these cities. Our grandchildren will live in them. What kind of world are we building for them? A world of heat, a world of solutions. We can choose. Physics doesn't care about our comfort, but we can care. We can change. We can build a better world. We've built a world that creates heat, and we've built it on top of ourselves. We've concentrated 8 billion people into cities, covered them in dark surfaces, and then wondered why they're getting hotter. We've replaced forests with concrete, grass with asphalt, shade with glass, and then we've complained that it's getting too hot. The irony is almost tragic. Luke Howard noticed this in the 1800s. We've known about it for over 200 years, and we've done almost nothing about it. We've built more cities, covered more surfaces, made the problem worse. Heat Island is a man-made effect, and man can undo it. It's just a matter of changing the color of a roof, the color of a paving, planting some more trees. Simple, achievable, powerful. We have the physics, we have the technology, we have the knowledge. What we need is the will to build better cities, the will to protect our people. The sun will rise tomorrow. It will heat our cities. The question is, will our cities be ready, or will they continue to cook their inhabitants? We can make our cities cooler. We can reduce the urban heat island. We can save lives. We can save energy. We can make our cities more livable. It starts with small changes. A cool roof here, a reflective pavement there, a tree planted in a parking lot, one building at a time, one block at a time, one city at a time. We built this problem. We can fix it. Cities like Singapore show us that it's possible. They're building the future today. Green roofs, reflective surfaces, water features, digital planning, urban resilience. It's not just a dream, it's happening. The tools exist, the data exists, the simulations exist. We can test scenarios, we can see the future, we can choose the best path forward. It takes collaboration. Scientists, engineers, urban planners, governments, businesses, citizens, all working together. The universe doesn't care about our cities. The physics doesn't care about our suffering. But we can care. We can change. We can build a better world. So the next time you step onto hot asphalt, remember, You're standing on a battery, a heat sink, an opportunity. We've been treating it as a problem, but it's a solution waiting to be used. It's just a matter of changing the color of a roof, the color of a paving, planting some more trees. Simple, achievable, powerful. Heat island is a man-made effect, and man can undo it. We built this problem. We can fix it. The future is ours to build, a future where our cities don't just consume energy, where they produce it, where they don't just absorb heat, where they use it. The universe is watching. Are we paying attention?